A sweet dessert is on the menu this afternoon in our CI kitchen. If you're looking to up your pumpkin pie game, wait until you see these delightful treats our guest chef is whipping up today on CI Living. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. I'm Heather Roberts. Also ahead for you this hour, the last outdoor farmers market of the season is coming up tomorrow. We'll see what the Land Connection has planned for their monster market and how your kids and pets can get involved in the fun. We will also spark your curiosity with Danville Area Community College with over 50 plus hands-on activities at their upcoming Family Science Night. You do not want to miss out. We're going to put one of their experiments to the test. And as we are wrapping up Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we'll introduce you to an 11-year survivor. She sits down with us to share the highs and lows of her journey. Then later, the City Moms are back with tips on planning out your fall family photo shoots. All that and more for you today here on CI Living, and it starts right now.
This is Stephanie Pratt's CI Living, the heart of living local.
Fall flavors will flourish in these little bite-sized delights on the menu today with our guest chef, Adam Wisnewski. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm feeling ready to start baking because that's what we do in the fall, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The leaves start turning, the pumpkin spice comes out, and all these wonderful flavors are available. So.
Okay, what are we making today?
Well, we're gonna make miniature pumpkin cheesecakes, and then I'm going to show a little bit about, just decorating simple, basic stuff.
Now, speaking of simple and basic, this may require a few extra steps.
I usually try to do things in as few steps in as short a time as possible, but this one's worth a little bit of extra this and that because they are such a treat. And people aren't familiar with cheesecakes. A lot of people won't make them because they think they're complicated. They're special. But I really want to show people that it's just a couple of simple steps, a little bit of time, and then you can have these amazing desserts.
Okay, and I love that they're bite-sized because they're already portion controlled out for you.
Right.
Because usually cheesecake can be a little high on the calorie side.
I know a special place that you can go to get cheesecakes, and I used to work there, and they have some amazing stuff, but they're, huge.
Yeah.
2 or 3 friends to help you out. So.
Right, okay. Well, these are all mine, and we're looking at the finished product there. So how do we get from the beginning to that?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with making the crust. And you can do graham crackers. These little ginger cookies are very crisp, right? And so what I did is instead of just crunching those up with my fingers, I ran them through food processor, right? And then what I did is I made these little baked in. So this is butter and spices and salt and the cookie, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens is then you take a, maybe a measuring cup that fits in there or a shot glass of some kind, and you tamp that down. You don't want to squeeze it into...
Before you bake.
Before you bake,
okay.
Right. So you can take the cookie crumbs, you can tamp them down, and then that goes into the oven for a few minutes. So if you want to peel one of those out, you can see how crisp and golden and just the butter comes, right?
Yes.
So if you crack that...
Oh, you want me to crack it?
Go ahead, we got plenty.
Oh, okay.
But so it's firm, right? So that's just cookies and butter and baked.
Okay.
Right? And so that takes a little while, right? So we got all that set up. But then we whip up this cheesecake, and cheesecake turns out to be the cream cheese, eggs, and then that's it.
Cream cheese and eggs?
Yep.
That's it?
It's horrifyingly easy. Right? So, and then so this one we put a little spice in, a little bit of
to give it the pumpkin flavor.
We got the pumpkin in there as well, right? And then a little cornstarch to help it thicken up while it bakes.
Okay.
And then the technique here is going to be a little messy, but we're just going to take a little bit of that.
Is it supposed to be that runny?
It is, because it's going to bake, and it's going to be a little jiggly even when it comes out of the oven, because then it's going to set in the fridge a little bit. But
now, these aren't going to rise.
No, there's no leavening agent at all, so I can fill them pretty good.
As high as you want.
So I'm going to fill them pretty good. I might be a little too much, but what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to take this whole thing and I'm going to fill up each of our little wells.
Okay.
Right, and so the cookie bottom and the cheesecake is going to go right back into the oven. And it's going to be a low temperature. I cook a larger one. I might cook at 300 of these, I think 350. But as a cupcake size, it's going to be 12 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast. And then maybe I'll turn the oven off and let them sit in there, and while the oven is cooling, it finishes setting.
Okay.
And then you got to take them out, cool them, maybe take them out and put them on a wire rack.
Right.
And then they go in the fridge for at least an hour. you know, so you got to do a couple of steps here to make sure that you're getting each of the
layers,
right? Right, because you want the crispy and then you want the gooey, and then we're going to decorate them later on. But that's what. So this very simple techniques. Just put together the crisp and then the cake, and it's going to be wonderful.
It is going to be wonderful, and we're going to top these off here in a little bit. So you stick around. Finish filling our little cheesecake wells here. If you want a copy of Adam's recipe, learn a little bit more about what he's up to and connect with him, we'll have that at CILiving.tv. So stay tuned for the big mini pumpkin cheesecake reveal.